Religious fundamentalists, with all their intolerance, bigotry, ignorance, and outdated thinking, are still around and will continue to influence politics through their tax-exempt organizations. The wall between church and state is crumbling, and the founding fathers of this country turn in their graves at what the United States is becoming. We are becoming a theocracy, like Iran or North Korea, and I am more than a little scared. The very fact that people want Sarah Palin to run for the presidency of the world's only superpower should scare the hell out of you too. Anyone who believes that dinosaurs and humans lived together before the time of Noah should not be respected or given any power. Those that believe that the end times is at hand should not be respected or given any power. Looking gleefully at the end of the human race should be a red flag. What has happened to us? Look, believe in a deity if you want. Just don't expect other people to believe as well. Have you read the text of your religious faith? Do you believe in virgin births, resurrections, a worldwide flood, or people living to be 900 years old? Do you really? Think critically. If these things happened in the past, why not now? Why aren't people healed spontaneously anymore? Why hasn't anyone with HIV been cured without medications? If there is a creator or a deity, it does not interfere with human life. If it did, the world would look much different. Bronze Age texts from a desert death cult make no difference in the modern era. They just don't. And they shouldn't. It's obvious our morality does not come from the scriptures. If they did, we would be stoning adulterers, murdering apostates, beating our wives and children, killing homosexuals, and burning those who practice sorcery, along with many other pretend crimes. We don't do these things. We allow women to speak in public and at church, contrary to 1 Corinthians 14:34 through 35. So why do people still think the holy texts are where morality was founded? The Ten Commandments? It can be argued that the first four commandments have nothing to do with morality whatsoever. It can also be argued that before the Ten Commandments were given, the Israelites were not thieving or murdering. Otherwise, how would they have gotten out of Egypt and all the way to Mount Sinai without killing each other in a self-induced genocide? It must also be said that there is no evidence outside of the Bible that they were indeed kept as slaves in Egypt. In fact, during the time of the Exodus, Canaan was under Egyptian rule, according to some historians. Taking the scriptures literally is dangerous. They are allegorical, like many of the other texts written during those times, but taking them allegorically ruins the effects of them. Let's take the story of Adam and Eve for an example. In the beginning, Yahweh creates the world, and the sun, and the stars, and the garden, and all the animals. But not carnivores. Sorry, T-Rex, because before sin there was no death. And finally Adam. We're going with Genesis chapter 2 here. Chapter 1 had Adam and Eve created together. Adam gets lonely. Yahweh takes his rib, which apparently grew back, and creates Eve. Eve gets tempted to eat a fruit by a talking, walking snake, and she gives some of the fruit to Adam, and they realize they are naked. Yahweh takes a stroll through his garden, notices that Adam and Eve are clothed, gets pissed, and instead of killing them instantly like he had said, banishes them from the garden and gives Eve the curse of her period and the curse of childbearing. Now, just imagine if Adam had been the first to eat the fruit. Well, that's original sin. Can this story be taken literally? No. But if it's allegory, why did Christ die on the cross to cleanse humanity of sin, including original sin? Did Christ die for symbolism? Why did Yahweh become judge, jury, and execution victim for a symbolic story? The Bible falls apart at this. We know the world is not 6,000 years old, but closer to 4.5 billion. We know that all life evolved from simpler, I'll use that term loosely, life forms. There really is no intelligent argument about that, or against it. Not when the mountains of evidence we have unearthed. We know that dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years ago and the first humans appeared roughly around 100,000 years ago. We still don't know how life was started, but people are working on the answer. Abiogenesis has had some luck being proven in the laboratory. Now is the time to throw off the shackles of fundamentalism. Now is the time to take a step back from outdated Bronze Age myths. Now is the time to be what we truly are. One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To quote Christopher Hitchens, Mr. Jefferson, build up that wall. Let's not be led back to the Dark Ages. Let's not become the new Middle East. Please, do it not for yourselves. Do it for your children and your grandchildren. Thank you.